Hey guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions and review on the new Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag eyeshadow palette. It launched about, I think, 2 weeks ago, and fortunately I was able to get my hands on it right as it launched, and I'm super excited to try this out. It is so gorgeous. I've already looked at it inside and swatched it, and it is beautiful, and I'm obsessed with the packaging. Like, that is so cute. When you pull it out of the initial box, this is what you get. It has like a holographic little film over the top of it. The back also says Lunar Beauty, and it's holographic as well. It's not as intense as the front, but it is holographic. First off, when I opened it, it was bigger than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be smaller, but actually I do really like the size of this, and it's very sturdy. It's like kind of heavy in my hand, so you can tell that it's not cheap packaging at all. When you open it up, you can see that there's like a magnet, so it shuts, and you can even hear that, so that just shows that it's like really sturdy and it's not gonna like come open and break or anything. So you can hear that. Like I said, it's really sturdy. When you open it up, this is what you get. There's a brush. I haven't taken it out of the like slip yet. Also, I actually jabbed my nail into one of the shades. This palette immediately caught my eye when you posted the picture, because you can see that there's like 6 colors, and then there are 2 shimmers, and then 6 neutrals, which I think is really interesting. I love how it's like coordinated together, like colors and neutrals and the shimmers in the middle. I love when brands like coordinate their shadows, because I'm like really big on like organization and stuff like that. But it also comes with a mirror. I don't want to blind you by reflecting the light, but it also comes with a mirror, and it says "Be a Queen" on the mirror. And the inside, I just dug my nail into another shadow. So I have already primed my eyes, because as you can see, like, I finished my face already. So I already primed my eyes. I used concealer like I always do. I use the Makeup Revolution one, but it is starting to crease because I don't set it, because when you set it, then the colors aren't as vibrant. So I did not set it, so I'm just going to take a beauty blender and kind of just blend out those little creases a bit. And by the way, there's nothing on the beauty blender, just like whatever's left over from putting concealer on the first time. Okay, so first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip into the shade Campy right here. It's that bright yellow shade, and I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to pack it into the crease. Now that I've just like packed that into the crease, I'm just going to take that same brush and start blending it out so it's not like a harsh line. That shadow blended out really nicely. I honestly didn't have to do much work to do that at all, so that is really nice. I love when shadows just blend for me. Now I'm going to take my Morphe M509 brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Snatched. I'm going to apply that directly to the crease, and then I'm going to blend it into the yellow, hopefully creating an orange. Actually, I'm going to take the Bdellium Tools 776 brush to do this. Okay, so I do think that shade was a little bit harder to blend out than the yellow shade, but that's probably due to the fact that it is a darker shade, and usually darker shades are harder to blend out. They still blend it out, just a little more work. Okay, so the next shade we're going into, a little scary. Always scared when I use a black shadow. I just gave it away. We're going to be using the shade Shady. I guess this is the ultimate test, because black shadows can either be really good or really bad, and this could completely ruin my whole look, but I feel like that's the ultimate test of this palette, is to see how the black works. So I'm going to take the Morphe M506 brush. I'm literally just going to tap into it once and and tap off the excess because I don't want to mess this up. When working with a black eyeshadow, it's always best to start with as little as possible and build it up. Otherwise, if you put too much on, there's really no going back. I'm just going to apply this to the outer corner. We're going to start, like I said, applying a little bit at a time and just like starting the blend. And then we'll dip in, tap off the excess, a little more. And I'm not trying to darken up the whole look. We're just going for more of like an outer corner type thing. So far it's actually blending really well. I'm just going in with a little bit more of that red shade just to make sure we don't lose any of like the red oranginess. Okay, so we finished blending out that shadow. I'm actually going to take a break on this eye and I'm going to just finish up this eye real quick and then do this one all off camera. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush from some Vanity Planet collection and I'm going to be cutting the crease, and then I'm going to go all the way to where the black shadow is. So I'm just going to speed this part up because it doesn't really have to do with the palette itself. Now that I've finished cutting the crease, I'm going to be taking another Morphe M506 brush. This one's going to be completely clean, and I'm going to dip into the shade Cake Face, and I'm going to go and apply that to like the inner area. I'm going to be grabbing a Morphe M149 brush and I'm going to be going back into Cake Face, and I'm going to be using this to just go around the edge right there to make sure it's a nice crisp line, and then I'll be packing a little bit more of the white shadow over the whole area that we just put the shadow on to make sure it's super duper pigmented. This palette so far, my thoughts on the white shade and the black shade. The white shade was really pigmented. It's like a stark white and you don't really see many of those in eyeshadow palettes. And the black was really blendable. I was really impressed. I was really scared. Obviously you saw I was a little concerned because I don't really like using black shadows because I've only found like one or two that are really good. The rest are just really bad to blend and are really hard to blend, but this one I actually really like. It was easy to blend. I was really surprised by how easy actually. We're going to take the Morphe M506 blending brush that we used for the red shade and I wiped it off. We're going to dip into the shade Pageant Queen. That's the purple shade right here. Going to tap that off. And I'm going to be applying that. I'm going to try to leave a little gap between like the white and this shade. I'm going to apply it right next to the black. I'm going to start by packing it on. And I'm going to use the Morphe M149 brush to go against the edge of the concealer, like I said, to just make sure it's nice and clean. Now we're going to go back to the Morphe M506 brush and we're going to start blending the purple into the black. To do this, I'm going to start off by first adding the purple to the black. So I'm just going to continue putting purple on top of the black. Now I'm going to start lightly blending the purple towards the white. Next, I'm going to be taking the shade Beat right here, and I'm going to be putting it on the Morphe M149 brush that we used for the white shade around like the edge. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this, and first I'll try it dry, but I'm going to be applying it where the white and the purple blend together. Okay, usually with shimmer shades, you have to go in with Fix Plus, which is why I said I will use it dry first, because I was expecting to have to go in with Fix Plus, but honestly, that is so creamy. I'm going to go with Fix Plus anyway, just to see what it would look like with Fix Plus. Let me grab that. Okay, so I have some on the brush. I'm just going to spray and apply. Oh my. That is so gorgeous. Now we're going to take the same brush that had the purple on it, the 506 brush from Morphe, M506. And I'm just going to be tapping that over where the purple and the shimmer shade meet. I'm going to go back in with Cake Face again, just to blend the edge of the shimmer shade like I did with the purple. Okay, so now I think we should do the lower lash line. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the lower lash line, but I think I'm going to use a pop of blue. And should I do pink? I think we're going to go in with the shade Kiki. And that is going to be our lower lash line shade. So I'm going to use the 149 brush that had the yellow on it. Okay, so I just put a little bit in the outer third. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start taking the yellow, blending it into the center, and then blending it into the shade Kiki. And then we're going to take the shade Kai Kai, which is like a pink shade, and that's going to go in the inner corner of the lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to go pop on some lashes, do the other eye, and I'll be back for my final thoughts. Okay, so my first thoughts on this palette. I love it. I was expecting to love it. I'm not surprised that I love it. I was expecting it to be good. The whole thing is just you have your colors, you have your neutrals, you have a couple shimmers, and I feel like it's a good palette to take on a vacation with you or something, because you can create many different looks out of this, because like I said, you have colors, neutrals, and 2 shimmers. So you can come up with so many different looks out of this, and it is very sturdy. So that's also another thing I feel like why it would be good to travel with, is because it is very sturdy. I do really love this palette, like I said. I definitely would recommend picking it up. I would definitely buy it again if I had to. I'm excited to try a bunch of new looks with this, because there's so many options with this palette. Not to mention that, like I said at the beginning, the packaging is holographic and amazing. Usually with first impressions I have a little bit of something to complain about, but with this one I can't come up with anything. I did say that the red one was harder to blend than the rest, but it still blended. It just took a 10, 15, 20 seconds longer. So overall I have no complaints whatsoever. So yes, definitely go pick this up. Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette. Just go pick it up. But yeah, so like I said, that's all I have to say. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can check out my other videos when I upload. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!